What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you've been following me on Instagram, you've probably seen that I've done the 31 days of filmmaking hacks. They've been going pretty well. It's really hard to fit all this information into a 60-second Instagram reel. So today we're actually going to be doing a full-length YouTube video specifically on the 5 apps I use as a content creator. So all these are actually apps that I use on an everyday basis, and we're going to try and go in sequential order, meaning apps that I use during the pre-production process all the way to the last app that I use when I'm sending a deliverable off to a client. And by the way, this video is sponsored by Logitech. A little bit more on that later though. So the first one is called Shotdeck. It's primarily for filmmakers. I'm sure some photographers would probably find it pretty valuable, but it's basically a collection of screenshots from a couple thousand like iconic movies. So the general idea is that you can open up shotdeck.com. You can then search by movie titles. So if I wanted to go in here and I could search for Tenet. If you haven't seen Tenet, by the way, you probably should. It's like literally one of the most cinematic movies ever. But I can look at literally just different screenshots from that movie. I'm gonna go back to the homepage and I can actually just search by topic. So if I wanted to see some shots of like city streets, it's going to show me different screenshots from a bunch of different movies that have that subject in it. So this one's actually pretty cool. It's from Queen and Slim. I've actually never seen that film, but looks cool. So inside you can actually click on these 3 lines right here. We can even add this specific screenshot to a deck, and now we can actually have a portfolio with like a mood board showing all these different screenshots. So the reason I like this is normally I'm just using shot lists. I'm just creating shot lists. They're just bullet points. I can check them off. But to actually like really feel engaged in the video and invested in the actual like photography of the video you're about to create, it's really nice to have a mood board that illustrates what you want the final product to look like. You don't need this to be a good content creator. It's just an app that I use and I feel a lot of people could benefit from it. Okay, the second app is actually one that I've been developing on the side with some other people. Right now, the working title is called Studio Shotlist. Essentially, it's an app for filmmakers to create shot lists and keep track of their projects. So if we open it up, we got this little dude, his name's Linus. He'll give you a quick tour of the app. Like I said, it's a nice hub to keep track of all your projects. You can also classify your projects as projects that are in the pre-production stage, projects that are in the editing stage, and then projects that have been completed and delivered. So we can walk through. Inside the app, you can add different locations that you're going to be shooting at. And again, you can create individual shots for the video and then check them off as you're filming. So I've got a few projects in here. We'll click on the one we're doing right now, actually, the 5 apps I use as a content creator. So it looks like we already created the introduction to the video. Also mentioned our sponsor, Logitech, talked about Shotdeck, and right now we're on Studio Shotlist. So again, this is still in the works. There's a lot of things that we're gonna be updating, just making it a little bit more user-friendly. We do have some beta testers that are giving us feedback right now. But if you wanna check it out, in the meantime, you can sign up for our email newsletter and you'll be notified of the official launch. I'm gonna link it in the description, or you can just go to studio.net/labs. But before we jump into the next step, now would be a good time to tell you about today's sponsor, Logitech. So I've been using the MX Master mouse from Logitech for like 2 years. This is actually the old version. This is the MX Master 2S. Now we have the MX Master 3. So when Logitech asked if they could be a part of this video, obviously I said yes. Like I will literally promote this mouse till I die because I use it every day. It's the best mouse I've ever owned. So there's a lot of cool controls on this mouse. The main ones that I use are this button right here. It's placed so nice. You can just click it really easy. But all it does is it opens up mission control on my computer, so I can like click it and then quickly switch between a different app, go back and forth really easy. So big plus there. The other thing I really like is this button that's actually right on your thumb. And so if it's sitting down right here, there's a little notch right there actually. You can click on that, and what it does on your computer is it'll allow you to select which part of the screen you want to create a screenshot from. And all of this is actually customizable. Like it doesn't have to be limited to those 2 controls. There's an app called Logi Options that actually lets you go inside and select what each of these controls do on your mouse. So again, I've been using this for a long time. Something that's more recent though is the Logitech MX Keys Mini. Now previously we were using the Apple keyboard. One of the keys actually broke and it kept dying on me. So Logitech just asked if I wanted to switch it out for the MX Keys Mini. They do have a bigger version of this. I'm a fan of the smaller form factor actually. I find it's less intrusive when I'm trying to use my mouse. I'm not constantly like hitting the side of the keyboard. And I don't know, it feels better for my use. So on this specifically, the keys are backlit, something that you know who hasn't implemented in their keyboards yet. There's also an emoji key, which is kind of fun. Hey mom emoji, and bam. Okay, just cut. So if you guys want to check out both the mouse and the keyboard, there's a link in the description for you. Thank you Logitech for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. All right, the third one is Premiere Pro. I know, no surprise, a content creator who uses an editing app. People are still wondering why I use Premiere Pro, because I did dance with DaVinci Resolve for a little while. It really just comes down to like what I'm comfortable with, because I've been in Premiere Pro for like 8 or 9 years, literally been using it since like 2013, 2014. So that's why I've stayed. I'm just more comfortable and more creative in here. I'm not gonna dive like deep into Premiere Pro. Everyone knows what Premiere Pro is. That's just what I use. At the end of the day, it really only matters what your end product looks like. So don't get FOMO just because somebody else is using a different editing program than you are. For me, it's Premiere Pro. So the fourth app is the Dropbox app. A lot of people have heard of Dropbox, obviously. I like this app specifically compared to other file sharing platforms because it integrates directly with my computer. So if you look right here, there's actually a folder titled BTW Dropbox, and I can access my files right here on my desktop. I can even grab my laptop. It's the exact same thing. So just like a really easy way to have files shared across all my devices. I don't have to rely on like an SSD or something when I need to just go from computer to computer. Now the reason I really like this is because I don't have to actually keep hard copies of my files if I don't want to. I can store it all on Dropbox, and I also don't have to keep it locally on my computer. I can actually just right click, Smart Sync. I can make all of these online only. That way, like I said, it's not taking space up on my computer. And if I want to bring it back, just change it to local, and it'll go ahead and just resync back on my computer. I actually also use this to share files with clients. So if I right click right here, copy Dropbox link, we'll just paste it to my mom for this example. There we go. Stop. She's just kidding, guys. It's not. Cut. All right, the fifth and the last app is called Zoho Invoice. It's a free app. It's for sending just really clean and easy invoices to your clients so they can just pay via credit card, via PayPal, a lot of different payment methods right online. Before I got this, I was honestly just using like a Google Doc and editing an invoice and then emailing it to them every time, and then I'd have to wait for like a physical check from them, or maybe they'd Venmo me or PayPal me. And if you're a freelance photographer, videographer, graphic designer, whatever, the worst part about the job is often just waiting for your client to finally pay you. And so Zoho Invoice is just a really good way to get past that and also look pretty professional while you're doing it. All right, those are all the apps I use on a daily basis, at least multiple times a week. If you're not following me already on Instagram, I am doing 31 days of filmmaking hacks, so go check it out. Also, thank you Logitech once again for sponsoring this video. As always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. It's too far away for me to... It's okay, we can just end right there.